Hey, Rocky, another Clark Cup playoff run. Can you just kind of describe the difference between the Clark Cup playoffs and the regular season and kind of the adjustments that need to be made to make a long run in them?
I think if you're changing the way that you approach things, you're probably not going to have a lot of success. And I've done that in my career, and I realized that those were probably the wrong choices. Every game is hugely important. We're on game 63. It's hugely important. Obviously, the stakes are a little bit higher, and one mistake could end your season, but the guys have to play the same way they played all year. They have to play with confidence. They have to embrace the details and the structure that we've put in place throughout the course of the last 9 months, and then you kind of let the chips fall where they may.
You have a lot of veterans that have had a taste of the Clark Cup playoffs. How big is that for those guys, knowing where they've been and then mixing with a bunch of guys that are still kind of getting their feet wet and can help you carry going into the playoffs there?
I think for us, we certainly have a veteran group. We've got an older group. We've got a group of guys that returned this year that have been through it, obviously, and then we made some additions of guys that have also been through it. So they know what to expect from a pressure perspective, and it's obviously a bit of a sprint in the USHL when it comes to the playoffs. So, the guys have been preparing for that for a few weeks now, and they know that the recovery and the rest is really important, and also that we've got to be ready to go at a moment's notice. And so, we're going to wait and see who wins tonight and see whether we're going to play on Friday or Saturday.
You always talk about stopping and smelling the roses of your guys' accomplishments, but how important is it for those guys to get that taste and then, let it kind of linger and then move on to the next step for you guys? Because it seems like every time they just adjust to the next step of what you guys want to accomplish.
I think we've moved on from the accomplishments that we've had to this point. We're proud of them, and we'll have a moment down the road to be able to maybe circle back and enjoy them again, but there's a goal in mind right now and a Clark Cup to pursue, and so we know that's a tremendous challenge. Whoever we play next round, and that could be obviously Sioux City or Fargo. They're both tremendous opponents. They're well coached. They're great teams, and so we're not looking past anybody. We're looking towards game one of the first series we get to participate in, which is game 63 for us, and that's really the only thing that we're worried about right now.
All right, Janz, you're heading into the Clark Cup playoffs here. It's exciting for you guys compared to a year ago in so many ways. Tell me about how your experience from last postseason has helped prepare you for this Clark Cup playoff run.
Yeah, we had a great first round last season. We swept Waterloo, which nobody expected. But we got a great group of guys this year, I think we'll definitely come out with the win.
Tell me about what that was like for you. You got your first USHL goal in Game 2 at Waterloo last year. That was a big moment at the time for you and a big part of that game as well. Tell me about how there's an excitement factor of the playoffs where one goal can really change the tide of a game.
Yeah, I kind of just went out there and doing my thing, and next thing I know, the puck's in the net, and all the boys were celebrating. It was awesome. I could tell that we were going to win the game right after that. So
this regular season's in the rearview mirror now. What's the difference between this team and last year's team?
Last year, we weren't the greatest, but I still think we were good. But this year, we got the team to do it, and I think we will. So,
going back to last year, obviously you guys made the Clark Cup playoffs. Season ended. June came quickly. How did you guys kind of grow in that off season to where you guys are now?
We got a great group of guys coming back. We had a lot of returners. And I think we just used that as motivation last year. We hated the way our season ended. And I think we just use that as motivation.
Being the top seed in the USHL, you guys kind of have the target on your back. Is that kind of a welcome sight for you guys compared to the past where, you guys got in and kind of took it to some teams, but this time the target's on you guys?
Yeah, I think it's great. I love being the top seed. We'll take anyone on and, we'll finish the job. And
then, can you just kind of describe what the Clark Cup playoffs are? Obviously, you've had your feet in them. A lot of new guys that had a full 62 games this year, but have never played in the Clark Cup. How different is the Clark Cup playoffs compared to the regular season?
Yeah, it's a lot more physical. Guys work hard 24/7. And it's just like a full, complete game, like no mistakes anywhere. And they're all just trying to get the end goal, and that's what we're going to do here.
All right, Jack, obviously third time round for the Clark Cup playoffs for you. You've got over 130 games, regular season games, but this will be your 11th playoff game. Can you kind of describe the difference of regular season going into the Clark Cup playoffs?
Yeah, I think towards the end of the regular season, the pace kind of picks up, but when playoff starts, there's just there's that buzz in the air, and everyone's got a little bit more energy.
Okay, obviously a veteran on this team. A lot of guys are going to get their feet wet in their first playoff game. How do you kind of help them adjust to that? Because it's a different animal than a 62-game regular season.
Yeah, I think just keep everything simple. Get pucks in, get pucks out. Don't try to do too much early, and just play your game.
Being the top seed, what's that like for you guys in practice, knowing that you guys are the top dog of the USHL and the target's back, everybody wants to beat you. How do you guys kind of handle that pressure?
Yeah, I think same as the regular season. We're going to get everyone's A game, and really taking these couple of days with the bye to tune up some things and be prepared for round one.
192nd ranked North American skater on Central Scouting's final rankings. What does that mean for you?
It's nice to see your name and know you're kind of trending in the right direction, but it really doesn't mean anything, and focus on the playoffs.
How cool is it to have 5 other teammates though on that list with you? 6 players with you.
Yeah, it's pretty cool. I think it just shows we got a lot of guys this year, and we're pretty deep and we're ready to make a run.